don't, or sorry, the last video itself, I didn't have a whole lot of success with it, but I feel like I need a larger sample size to really determine whether it's the list, or whether it's me, or whether it was bad draws, or so on and so forth. But we are going to run it again. I really just don't like this Chandra main deck, and I'm not a big fan of Chandras and Glorybringers in general. The one Cropper's always felt weird to me in this list. But in general, it still just feels fine. Maybe I like Harsh Mentor a little bit too much. The one thing that I did like about this list is this list felt really good in the mirror match, which none of the other lists I've played have felt particularly good in the mirror match. Unfortunately, no matter how good this deck felt in the mirror match, it really is just if one person gets a Hazoret down early and the other person doesn't, like, they just win, typically. I know you've got, like, some counterplay with, like, drawing a Soulscar Mage, or, like, if you get out to a great start and they get out to a bad start, that, like, maybe you can beat the Hazoret, but, I mean, I'm just, like, the Hazoret's just obviously overpowered in the match. A little wired right now. I think it's because I'm so sleepy that I can't stand myself. So, I'm going to jump right in and get what I'm going to refer to as the smashing commencing, because we're just going to 5-0. Snap, keep this hand, and do a little dance while we keep it. We have a Beaumont Courier, which is great. We have a Kenra, which is great. And we have a removal spell, which everybody knows my opinion on needing a removal spell in this format. I think I've made it exceptionally clear every time I played a deck that has removal spells. And we see a Effer Hub right off the bat. It's the Unknown Basher is going to start bashing us, apparently. So it looks like we're going to get Paired versus Energy right off. Bright and early. Oh, this was a bad play. Because now, unless I draw a mountain, I can't play 2 spells next turn. If I'd played the Soulscar Mage this turn, I'd had the option to play, like, the Sunscourge Desert, then the Beaumont Courier, and, like, shock a, Servant or whatever. So, like, now we really need to draw a mountain. Sweet, not punished. That was a pretty bad play by me. So we'll go ahead and play that first so we can just yield to the trigger. Sorry, like I said, guys, I'm exceptionally tired. That was just a miserable, miserable, miserable play by me. And I'll try to tighten up and play better for the rest of the league. It kind of sucks that turn 1, I made a mistake. So, like, turn 1, I made a pretty loose play. A little disappointing that I lead off the league playing like that, but it's okay. It's alright. We're still going to do some bashing tonight, as our opponent said. Our opponent didn't say that. We said that, but whatever. Alright, so this is kind of interesting. I kind of want to kill this because he has already showed us that he tutored for this land and he tutored for this land, so there's a good chance that he doesn't have another land in his hand. Kind of sucks because it makes us play off curve a little bit, and if he has another land and just like plays a Bristling Hydra, we get really far behind in a sense, but it does stop him from having the chance to play the Glorybringer, and he may not have the land. Like I said, he tutored for this land and he tutored for this land and he led with this land on turn 1, but he's had a couple draw steps. Alright, so if we draw a land, I'll probably kill that with the Kenra just so I can attack again. Even though now we're getting in a little bit more precarious spots, because if he just untaps and has another land and a Glorybringer, we're not in the best spot here. But he really needs to kill the Beaumont Courier, I guess. Don't really like this Chandra. Could have been a Cropper, which is what I would probably have over it. It doesn't kill this Beaumont Courier, though. We've now all of a sudden got a lot of value. It was pretty easy for him to have a land and like a Glorybringer here, maybe. Alright, not a land and a Glorybringer, so that's already nice. He doesn't get to block with this. Hopefully he doesn't have the removal spell for this. And he did not, so that's wonderful for us. So we'll have to make a decision on how we're playing this turn. I think that makes decisions a lot easier. So we'll go ahead and pop this onto this one, and this onto this one. I think I'm actually going to play the Rampaging Ferocitodon. I don't know if we need the Beaumont Courier cards at this point. And even if he has like a Glorybringer, if he doesn't kill the Ferocitodon, he's dead on board. If he does kill the Ferocitodon, we still get all the cards with the Beaumont. Unless he has an untapped land, and I mean, obviously he can block at that point. But he's really, really low. He needs to kill the Chandra, he needs to kill the Ferocitodon, and he needs to kill the Beaumont here. That's a lot of problems. If we get to untap with this Beaumont Courier, it's going to be pretty hard for us to lose, I think. I'm just going to take this up to start the turn. So opponent's done. It's to take a damage to make every blocker here, so that's like really good for us. What were we going to draw this turn? So we were going to get the we were going to get this, which I would have played and used on that. Then I would have played this, and then we'd have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. What would we hit? Like I'll say, I'm short on time, yet I'm sitting here doing things like this. Ooh, another burn spell. And the land to win on the following turn. Not bad. Alright, anyway, so we're going to be on the draw. We're going to bring in the 2 Glorybringers. We're going to bring in 1 Chandra. We're going to bring in 1 Chandra's Defeat. And we're going to bring in 1 Abrade. We'll be taking out the 2 Kinras, the 1 Crasher, and 2 Soulscar Mages. We're using the sideboard suggestions that Oliver Tomeko, I can't pronounce his name, but anyway, they're his suggested sideboarding, which is the reason we're actually trying this list. Felt like we ran really well versus our opponent there. He didn't have the removal spell, and removal spells are just so important early in this format. Just way so early. Very good. I think I'll keep this hand. It's obviously not great. But he's already mulliganed, and we have a removal spell early, so I think it's great enough. Hey James, what's up, man? Yeah, we're getting a late start tonight, so we figured we'd just play some red deck wins. A little disappointing to me that he didn't play a creature here, because that means he very likely has a removal spell for our Skyship, and then like if he untaps and has a Whirler, we're going a little sad. But he could not have a removal spell, who knows? Alright, he did have the removal spell. Oh, nice. He didn't have another play? Not nice. Oh, that's kind of nice, though. Didn't have a Bristling Hydra, or he's wanting to find some energy first. I actually don't really want to play the Hazard here. I don't want him to just untap and Confiscation Coup it. I don't really want to play the Hazard until I'm able to, like, activate it, so I'm probably going to start throwing burn spells at his face now. Yeah, I'm probably just going to throw burn spells at his face, then. But that kind of ruined that entire plan, didn't it? I'm still just going to play it. I'm going to play it and cast Chandra's Defeat on it and attack. Oh my god, I skipped to my second main phase when I wasn't paying attention. That was a huge play error. Absolutely huge play error. I should have not skipped to this. I missed out on a potential 5 points of damage. And he's definitely got a Confiscation Coup because now he's starting to use the Harness Lightnings and stuff. Yep. Huge, huge play mistake. So he should have been at 8 with us having 3 Ramunap runes in our hand. It was really bad of me. Hopefully we won't get punished, though. Oh, it's just a Vizier? I'm fine with it just being a Vizier. And the Vizier technically can't even block at the moment. He's got to have another spell to block. Guess we'll just play the land. Yeah, I made a pretty bad play mistake, though. That's pretty rough. So he should have taken 5 damage last turn. So he should be dead on board had we not made our play error. Like we should have just been able to kill him had we not made our savage punt. That sucks, Murph. Are you still on Drake's? So you tapping 9 million mana for? Oh. That doesn't really do much. He still has to block. It does some things. Tuning Drakes. Alright, nice. We're at 19 damage. Oh wow, he ticked it up. So we don't have to worry about getting comboed next turn. That's pretty great. Anyway, so if we get a Soulscar Mage, we can attack. We did not get a Soulscar Mage, so I guess we'll just discard this one. Actually, let's just not discard any right now. Let's just pass. We can't attack anyway because he can block, so what's the point of us discarding? And he's got to find a way to kill. He's got to find a way to gain life. Like, he's got to do something to gain life here. Or we just untap and win. But we did make a pretty massive mistake. We missed 5 points of damage this game because I am very, very silly. Have you ever figured out how to beat the red deck? Because I still just can't beat the red deck. Bottom, bottom. We will not mess with Danissa. We don't care. And the Ramunap rune. Yeah, like I struggle with that match really badly. Nope. Now he's tapped out and he's hell bent. So we know we just win now. GG opponent. Apparently opponent watches our stream or knows that we stream. Hey Elijah, what's up, man? Hope you're having a good time and a good day. Can't believe we missed 5 points of damage that game because I just play like trash. So you have the 2 scatters. Are you the guy I was talking with on Facebook? Or sorry, on YouTube? On my YouTube comments about cutting a Drake and an Azcanta for the Essence Scatters? Hey Elijah, are you going to be at the pre-release this time? I'm probably going to be at the Cav pre-release in a couple weeks. Wouldn't mind to come back there and show some wise guys what it is. We got a new opponent. And we'll play first. And we'll keep this hand. One second, guy. Telling my mom that everything's okay at the house. Sorry about that. Anyway, so had to let mother know everything's going fine. She's at the hospital and stuff. Granny broke her hip last night, so she was just checking in. Cav's not the same store it used to be, James. Like, most of the older players don't really play anymore, and most of those guys that were there at that event I don't even think are really local to that store now. The store does I don't know how to phrase it, does entry optional events for the Friday Night Magics and stuff, and I think it got considerably less competitive after that, and after the wise guys and stuff stopped playing as much. I think that's probably the best way for me to phrase it. I love the store though. Thank you, thank you. They had to delay her surgery till tomorrow though. There was apparently 2 emergencies at the hospital that got her bumped off the list. Appreciate it though, James. This is definitely a stressful night, and one of the many reasons that we're running so late right now. So that's their own Kenra. We're just gonna kill this and attack again. Feel like we're kind of far ahead on the race, and we still have a lightning strike. Just kind of have to hope he doesn't have a shock for this guy. Because no shock means no hazard attack next turn as well, which is pretty huge. Could be like a Chandra and kill the crash. Wow, it's just a land concession. That's not expected at all. Land concession. All right, I'll take it. I'll take it. Anyway, in this match, I really don't like any of these 4 and 5 drops. I know a lot of people do. I don't really like the cropper either. I like to really just bring in this entire package of cards. And I like to shave some of the slower removal spells. So I typically shave a bunch of those. And I think most of these 3 drops are better than most of these 3 drops. So I typically like to cut a couple of those 3 drops as well. I actually don't cut any Soulscar Mage, which could be very, very wrong, especially on the draw. Actually, we're going to try to cut 2 this time. It's just something I want to try. I normally cut the 4 Rampaging Ferostodons, or like I cut a couple of Shocks. Should have rather just cut a couple of Shocks. I can't bring myself to do that. The Soulscar Mage just means too much because of the Hazards. I just can't bring myself to do it. We're going to try 2 Shocks this time. Just want to try a few new things every time I sideboard of this deck till I get completely comfortable with it. This hand's not very good either, but again, I think it's above a keep. The 5th land's definitely not what we want. We really need to see him not have a skyship of his own. Just play like a little Kenra. Go ahead and kill it. I think the faster red deck is better in the mirror. The hazard is the main win con. Most people slow the curve down, bringing in Chandra. Yeah, I don't like any card that dies to 1 mana spells, but maybe I'm just crazy when I say things like that. Like, you guys have saw me like complain about things like that a lot. Will you attack for more? And you let me get down a 2nd threat, though the Pia's pretty good here as well. I'd just rather get 2 cards out of my hand, though. The Karl Zev can attack through, like, if he has a 3-drop and a Rampaging Ferostodon, or the Pia only gets... I guess they both attack for 1, but... well, we're certainly casting this thing. I value these 2 cards more than a random card there, so that's why I just went ahead and done the 1 point of damage. But I probably should have played the Rampaging Runes. I think that was a play mistake by me. I assume he's going to kill the Karl Zev here. We still have 4 creatures on the board, which is pretty nice. The Wilmot Courier gives us a lot of value if he doesn't have another removal spell. And if he does have another removal spell, since he's mana screwed, it's going to take his entire turn. Alright, so I guess he doesn't have a removal spell and doesn't have any 2-drops, and he's just done. Well, that was a quick and easy 2 matches, so now Now we just have to win 1 out of the next 3 to acquire our money back. 25 minutes and we've already won 2 matches. Can't complain about that. So how's everybody doing tonight? Are you having a wonderful night? And we won the dice roll. So what do we got? We have a Beaumont Courier and a removal spell and a Hazoret. We have a second Hazoret, which isn't the best thing in the world, but I think just the fact that, like, say we mulliganed and didn't draw this Hazoret, like, we would easily keep this 6, right? So, like, I don't think it's worth trying to find a better hand. Trying to learn how to play my health. Fair enough. Been doing pretty good. Not really slept. My calves got crushed. You know. But I'm doing okay. So it could be another red deck. It is another red deck. I think I'm actually just going to lightning harness this so I can attack again. I don't know if that was worth it, because like if he just plays Karl Zev, I'm not in a great spot, but drawing the 5th 4-drop was terrible, by the way, and one of the many reasons that I hate this card. Like, I just do not think Chandra's good enough to be in the deck, in the main deck. That was a great draw, by the way. We untap and play Chandra. I mean, that's fun. Is this sad that I almost think 3 random cards are better than these? I said almost. I don't quite think it, but I almost think it. So untap land, 1 time. That's not an untap land. Alright, so now's when things start turning very sideways for us very quickly. Hey Al, what's up, man? Think we're gonna go ahead and kill the Kinra? Just don't want to take that much damage per turn. Guess we'll kill this too then. Oblivion, really? Okay. Well, I mean, we're getting closer and closer to, like, drawing a land, I assume. Not a land. Our opponent's going to hazard it before us, and we're going to be sad. Oh crap, my phone's ringing, sorry. I have to mute this. This game started off great and then went miserably quickly as we just never hit a 4th land in time. But that's okay. Alright, so we're definitely dead here, and there's no reason to slow row it. I'm going to sideboard the same way this game as I was the last games, except I might actually take the Ferocitodons completely out. I'm not sure. We're definitely bringing these in. We're definitely bringing this in. We're definitely bringing this in. We're definitely taking at least this out. And I believe we're taking these out as well. Not super sure. We'll try a couple shocks. We'll try the shocks again. On the play. Or on the draw. Or sorry, on the play I'm going to take out the shocks. On the draw I'll probably take out the Rampaging Ferocitodons. How you been doing, Al? Thought we had a good chance to win that game if we just drew a land. I like the Braids more than Lightning Strikes in this match because you never know if opponents bringing in 1, 2, 3, or 4 of these. These Effort Spear Harvesters for those who couldn't see what I was. Nice, Al. I tell you to start playing again, but it is a pretty large money sink. A shiny Rubble Hulk. I don't even know what Rubble Hulk is. Oh. Alright. Well, there you go. So we'll play first. This hand is good. Again, we have double hazard again, which is kind of awkward, but I feel like you always have to keep those hands. We don't have a removal spell this time either. So you played around to Return to Ravnica then, I guess? Since Gate Crash and Return to Ravnica are the first 2 cards you had us look up. Yeah, well, we at least get the cast Hazoret this game. We don't have a removal spell, which is kind of bad. These would be paper prices. These aren't online prices. It's a top E price to get online prices, I think. Like, these are TCG. I don't know if it's mid or low, though. Well, so at least our second Hazoret is going to be very good. The first one may be... Oh, God. Well, that was terrible. That was so very, very terrible. We can't really attack here because if he has a shock, we get way too blown out. Maybe the third Hazoret will be useful. Especially if he's got like a bunch of burn spells and he starts wasting them on Hazorets. Gonna get to a point to where I can actually attack with them, though. Yeah, well, here's our Hazard Daddy. Still just can't really attack. I have 10 removal spells. That's kind of interesting. Is he going to untap him like Chandra Hazoret? Or has he just now decided that he's going to start attacking us? We probably can't win a race. Well, we have to take 3. Another Soul Scar Mage. Well, that was very bad for us. Kind of surprised he's not attacking these Soul Scar Mages if he actually has burn spells. Alright, so we don't get to attack again this turn? That's not good. This is looking worse and worse for us this game, but we'll always have outs as long as we draw like... There's Effort Spear Harvesters in our deck. Huh. That should work. Did it whisper you, or is it just not working? Alright, well, we'll take this damage too. Probably some kind of like spam control or something. Worm coils are very nice, that's for sure. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw this at this. He might be able to protect it from a removal spell, but I have to get the card out of my hand regardless. Give me my priority back, friend. He's not giving me my priority back. Well, discard one of these Hazards. He kind of has to have more removal spells. Dragons and Wormcoil engines, oh my, oh my. I got a deal of a lifetime. Says the owl. Owl-tracity. Not just owl. The owl-tracity. I guess I'm just playing both of my things. $100 gets you a thing of Guy Fawkes sleeves, a red, and all of his magic cards. I guess I can attack with everything? Even if he has a removal spell, it's not that bad for me here, and he could not have one. No, he definitely has one. Oh wow, he didn't have one. Well, that was about the most unexpected thing that I can think of in this spot. Kept the Beaumont Courier to block here. KC like has his own hazard or something. Not a hazard, and I can't block, so we'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could be dead. Lightning strike and I'm dead. And because of the mana he has, it's really hard for me to play. It's really hard for me to attack even with the Hazard next turn because he can just block here and like buy this back and probably kill me. Alright, so if I attack with this, say I double block this, still taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I'm alive. Oh boy, I'm alive if I do that. Wonder if it's worth it to attack with this and get a random card. Probably not. Alright. Think we can only attack with the Hazard. What's the chances that we attack with... We can attack with Hazard and this guy. And then, like, untap and play that guy, right? I think I'm fine with this. He has to chump this one. He probably chumps it with that one. If he takes 2, that's good for us. So if he doesn't draw the land, he doesn't have a great attack. If he does draw the land, we can block it and take a whole bunch, and he's tapped out. So I don't think he can kill me without having at least like a lightning strike in his hand or something. I don't think he can kill me this turn at all, but I mean he could have already without like double burn spell. Or maybe like a cropper and a burn spell. Which gives us a turn to draw an Earthshaker Kinra. He may just be playing his Kinra and blocking, which is nice. A lot of different things can go on with this attack step. Alright, so that puts us at 6. It's kind of interesting. Think I want an untapped land here? I don't know if that's good enough. It's technically 5 damage, but it's pretty easy for him to it's pretty easy for him to have a removal spell for the last card in his hand, and if he does, we're just dead on board. But if he doesn't have a removal spell, he like throws 2 damage at us. Pretty sure I'm just attacking and going for it. Feel like if he had a removal spell, he would have already used it. Alright, he's not even going to bluff anything, but we were probably going for it there anyway. Alright, so we stole that game. I don't know if we need more than these 10 removal spells, but we're going to take the Frostodons out on the draw and bring back in the Shocks. Looks like a real interesting curve. We have to get some people a list, Al. Somebody might buy them if you can make a list. What do we got here? Removal spell, Harvester Hazoret. I think this is a keep. Also have 3 lands on the draw, so we can like turn 3 this, turn 4 this potentially, and attack with this. While using removal spells on turn 1 and 2. Wow, he almost F6'd his turn. Alright. I'm certainly going to just go ahead and kill that. I have to do it now because if I try to do it next turn, he could have like a shock or something and keep it alive. That one's a little unfortunate. So we're going to take quite a bit of damage from this guy, or we're just going to play Deshandra's Defeat. I'm not exactly sure which yet. Probably just going to play Deshandra's Defeat. If we draw another 1-drop, it makes it easy. Yeah, it makes it real easy when we draw a 1-drop. Like, so very easy when we draw the 1-drop. Gonna hold the defeat though until his attack step, because there's some chance that he has like Crasher in his deck. Well, he's just got another one of those. That's fine. We draw a 1-drop removal spell. Our next turn's very easy. And we drew one. And he's mana screwed. Because he's mana screwed is why I'm taking the line that I'm currently taking. Normally I would play the Harvester and hold both back. But where he missed his land drop, I really like making this more aggressive play. Gets us back ahead on the clock, and we already know we can kill this current threat, and it lines us up to where our Hazoret can attack next turn if we draw land. I really just like being more aggressive since he missed a land drop. Let's see what he plays here. We don't want to take any damage, we know that. My phone or my computer just started making a thinking noise. My favorite thing to do with computers. Let's go over here and check. 1.43 frames dropped. I guess that's not a lot. So we have a play even if we don't hit the mana for the Hazoret. If we hit the mana for the Hazoret, it's going to be very hard to lose. He just used that Abrade too, which is really nice here. Anyway, so will he hit his 3rd land or will we hit our 4th land first? I feel like that's what matters the most in this game right now. He definitely hit his 3rd land first, but not all is lost. Not all is lost, friends. So there's no real bad draws in our deck except for 4-drops. So he has to deal with the Hazoret and the life gain that we can get, plus this flyer in case he does build a big enough board to block. And he's at 8 when we have 2 damage already in our hand, so like if we survive 3 turns, we just win. That can't block this turn, so that's game. As long as we don't punt. Throw 2 damage at him there. Throw 2 damage at him here, and attack for the game. Alright, so we're 3-0. Very nice. So we've guaranteed locked up our pity chest, and now we're playing for more. Had to win 2 games. Game 2 and 3 in the mirror. It was pretty rough. Yeah. So the sky's the limit. We could 5-0 this event. How's your stream been doing, Al? Have you had a great one? Alright, so join the old match. Versus a 2-0 player, good matchmaking. We're on to play again. If you guys notice, we win a lot when we're on to play. We'll keep this hand. It is very, very, very land heavy, but we have a removal spell and we have a Karl Zev and we're on to play. I might have mulliganed this if we had a worse 2-drop, but like this 2-drop's very, very good. This hand's not terrible anyway. Like, we've already locked up enough lands that we can play whatever we draw. Not another mirror. We'll certainly not beat a mirror with 5 lands in our hand. You can about guarantee that. About guarantee that we're not going to beat the mirror, but, I mean, we could draw great. Who knows? All we have to do is draw a hazard in, like, our next 2 draw steps, and we're okay. Like, say we draw Beaumont Courier next turn, play a land to Beaumont Courier or Braid, whatever he plays, draw a Hazoret the next turn, play the land and the Hazoret, we're probably way ahead. Especially if he doesn't have a current Lightning Strike or a Braid in his own hand. Which, I mean, he doesn't have to have one. There's only like 6 or 7 in his deck, likely. The Karl Zev puts on a lot of pressure if he doesn't have it. If he does have it, you know, obviously things are bad for us. 2 mana real quick, so that means our dude's dead, but at least he took a point of damage. And we didn't draw what we needed, so we just drew another land. The 7th land's obviously, or sorry, the 6th land's obviously too much. And now if we draw a Hazoret, it won't even be able to attack till minimum turn 5. Kinda don't want to kill this. I guess we have to. Could have let him mill a card, but it's just random. There's no real point. So we need a way to kill this and then hope like he just doesn't have land drops or something. Alright, we'll take a way to deal damage. It's not what we want, of course. If we draw Hazoret, it can attack next turn though, so... So we officially have a chance. We just have to get that Hazoret while he's still in a low land count. If he draws a 3rd land before we draw like a super impactful spell, we're in pretty deep trouble. Any of our 4 or 5 4-drops is pretty good here. Rampaging Ferocodon, not so much, but it's probably our best 3. Alright, well we just need a removal spell now. Not a removal spell, just another land. Yeah. So this game is obviously spiraling out of control. I can block next turn and then like bring a 4/4 back. That's about the best I can do, but it does give me a chance to block a Beaumont Courier maybe. Just good enough. Oh, never mind. Another removal spell, and we take a big chunk of damage here. Let's say Land Hazoret still gives us a chance. Sorry, not Land Hazoret, just Hazoret. Gives us a chance still. Obviously the lands jump. Real hard for us to do anything. And he's got a hazard. Alright, so that was game. Have no out now. Might as well see what we draw. Like, we're not dead on board, but we don't have an out. Doing our very best. Yeah, got him to 4. Yeah, gonna mulligan or going to sideboard the same way I've been sideboarding. Going to bring in all of these and all of these. Going to cut out you, cut out all of you, cut out 2 of you, 1 of you, and 2 of you on the play, and 2 more of you on the draw. Or like we'll bring back in the 2 shocks for the 2 rampagers on the draw. Actually, the rampager might not even be right. Maybe I should try maybe I should try the 2 crashers. Crashers are really bad in this match too, though, because of shocks. Yeah, we'll just leave the rampager in then. Pretty sure it's kind of bad in this match. Doesn't play well with the harvester. Yeah. We'll try the crasher this time. Just trying different combinations. Everything seems to work roughly about the same with the same efficiency, so like doesn't feel like any of them really have much advantage over the other ones. Yeah, so we'll play first. And we'll keep this hand even though it's not great. We have the important card though. We have a removal spell. We have 3 lands. We'd really like to have a removal spell for 1 mana, but we can't have everything. Our opponent did mulligan to 5, and what's he going to do with his top card? On the bottom. We have a really aggressive hand if we can get a land or 2 more, and if he doesn't have a 1-drop that we have to worry about on turn 1. Like if it's just Soulscar Mage and I can play the Kinra, that would be great. It's a Beaumont Courier. I'll probably kill it. I may not. I may just get aggressive and try to kill it later. We'll reevaluate after we see what card we draw. Yeah, I think I'm going to save my 1 removal spell. I'm a little bit more afraid of a Karl Zeb with this hand than anything. I'm not going to let him get too much value off of the Beaumont Courier, though. I'm going to kill it this turn, which is why we're making the play we're currently making. During his upkeep, we're going to abrade. Or not during his upkeep, during his draw step. Beaumont down. So he's got to decide whether these 2 cards are better than these 4. It's probably going to be a pretty easy decision. Well, that's really unfortunate. Our Chandra's Defeat doesn't do anything versus that one. We need a lot of things to go right for us at this point. It's hard to cast any spell we have. Guess we'll play this one. It's the one he's least likely to have an answer to, and it's the most impactful one. So at least that worked out. He just has a Hazard here. We're SOL. And it looks like he's tapping mana kind of quickly. Alright. Wasn't a Hazard, so that's fine. This sucks though, like he's starting to draw just a lot of cards. Our hands again still really good, but doesn't matter how good it is if we can't deploy our threats. I think I have to attack here, even though I really don't want to. It's pretty much only bad if he draws exactly a 4-drop next turn. But he's gonna get to draw a minimum of 3 extra cards. So, like, I feel like we just gotta get the game over with. And we gotta at least cushion our life total while we can. Alright, well, we don't care about that one. And now he's currently hellbent, so untap land would obviously be about the most fantastic thing ever here. And we still just do not have that land. He may go looking for an Abrade right now. And just chip, chip, chip. I have an Abrade now for a Hazard if he has one, and he also has 4 cards, so there's no guarantee that a Hazard would even attack. Alright, that does something. I'd prefer not to kill it, but we may be forced to, depending on what he has. So Scar Mage, I'm definitely willing to kill that one. Because that one's the one that's more scary versus our Effort Spear Harvester and our Hazard. We're currently winning in damage though, so there's no reason for me to kill this guy, I don't think. What do we got? Oh, we'll spend our most mana efficient one then. Attack for 6. About has to have a removal spell for that. Alright, well, he doesn't have a removal spell. Thankful for that. Alright, well, we get to try another game versus these guys. Well, I think we're definitely going to take out the Crashers this time. Since he left in Rampaging for Ostodon, I think I'm just going to bring in 1 Shock and 1 Lightning Strike instead of the 2 Shocks that we had been bringing in. And we're going to run this back and hope that our more controlling build, I mean, again, it really feels like it just comes down to Hazard almost all the time. But, like, somebody has to draw it, I guess. We'll keep, opponent keeps. Opponent was on 5 cards that game, though, which was what helped us so much. We don't really have removal spells, but we have a hand that I think is a must-keep. And I'm not actually going to play the Beaumont Courier on turn 1. Actually, maybe I am. What's the downside? The downside is we get hit 2 for 2 by Kenra and get to play the Soulscar Mage and the Magma Spray on the next turn. Yeah, I think that's fine. And who knows, maybe he doesn't play anything on turn 2. Maybe he only plays the Karl Zev. Alright. We really just need to draw a lot of lands now. That's not a lot of lands. We're definitely not going to win if we don't draw a bunch of lands. Keep drawing double Hazoret in these matches, and like that's not good. Like that's a very bad thing. Interesting timing for that spell. If he just has Hazoret, though, I don't know how much it matters. Obviously, we just want to draw land now. Anything other than land is going to be very difficult for us to win with. Assuming he has, you know, his spell. Drawing a Chandra's Defeat lets us get around to Hazoret as well, so... we missed our land again. I guess he doesn't have to have Hazoret, and even if he does have Hazoret, we do have Chandra's Defeat as an out. Yeah, we play that card as well. Alright, so if we attack with this, he double blocks, we first strike that, so... This is only bad if he has another shock. And if he has another shock, he has another shock. So we have to fade his Hazoret and we have to hit like our land or our Chandra's Defeat. Maybe even an Effort Spear Harvester could do something. A 2-drop maybe could do something like a Braid or Lightning Strike would suck, but it would keep a Hazoret in check a little bit at least. Alright, a Braid wouldn't be terrible now. Since now he gets to gain a bunch of life with the Pia. Just keep Hazoret removal and do... Yep. No, those games are definitely pretty nice. One second, guys. Feel like I'm going to attack with both this and this and this. I'm just going to attack with everything. We have this a Braid. Braid goes a long way here. I have no idea, James. I was being confused. Somebody was at my door and everything, so I like couldn't keep up with it at the time. That's just such an odd block. That's such an odd block. So he's going to take 6 down to 10 here, and we save all of our guys. If we draw an untapped land, we're going to do something I like to call party hardy. Alright, so he's done. Alright, 4-0. Moving into the last round. Are we going to get another dino? Not got one in a while, but we kind of play real sloppy lately. We played versus mostly tier 1 decks today, too. We played versus 2 mono red, 1 teamer. Wait. What was our round? What was this round? This guy was mono red, this guy was mono red, this guy was teamer. Who remembers what this guy was? Because I don't remember what this guy was. Can we view the replay? 3 mono reds in a row? Do we really get paired versus 3 mono reds in a row? Hey, Line Starts here. What's up, man? Wow. So this has been Mono Red League. Nice. It'd be nice. I'm pretty happy with just the 4-0 though, or 4-1. Pretty happy with the 4-1. I think we've drawn incredibly well today. I think we've made pretty good decisions besides the game 1 as well. Well, the wrong land on the first game, and then the playing the hazard at post combat, all pretty bad things. My printer's going wild, so I apologize if you hear some like weird noises. I don't even know why my printer's on right now. The Ray's getting hacked or something. For those of you who don't know, I talk about myself in the third person quite often. Honestly, probably more often than I should admit. And we have an opponent. And we did not win this dice row, and we do not have a hand that we can keep. So the wheels on this bus could be falling off. We'll keep this hand. No removal spell, but I'll keep the removal spell on top. We have 4 lands for the hazard already, so hopefully we just don't draw a bunch of lands. Uh-oh. Hopefully he doesn't have an attune. He has an attune into a Lone Tusk Cub. We have a serious problem. Alright, wasn't an attune. So at least we have that going for us. Oh my. Well, that could be good. It could be terrible. Drawing another land's obviously terrible. Mulligan to 6 and draw 5 lands in our first 7 cards. Alright, Red Rover. Send on over no Whirler Virtuoso, especially if we don't draw one of our, I think, 7 main deck removal? Or it could be 6 in this build. No! And we lose. I can count the amount of times I've beat that card with this deck on one hand. Oh, I would have much rather him play something. Because him not playing anything increases the odds that he's got Whirler Virtuosos and Bristling Hydras so much. Yeah, so no Bristling Hydra, please. Oh, that's a Bristling Hydra. So boys and girls, we dead. Unless we're on to play, they don't even have to try very hard to beat us. Like, literally played 3-drop into 4-drop and it was enough. They have a confiscation coup. I'm willing to concede. We'll just go on to game 2. They have a Vizier. I can probably just go on to game 2. They play a Glorybringer. It sucks, but I don't think we have to just go on to game 2. Oh, Chandra. Chandra's not that bad. Can kill Chandra with the Lightning Harness and the Shock and just keep attacking with Hazoret. Oh, never mind. He added 2 red mana to his mana pool, so you know what that means, right? It means we sad. Alright. Yes, Chandra. Actually going to discard this Earthshaker Kenra so that potentially I can flash it back next turn. I think the Shock's more valuable than the Kenra in this board state when he's got a Whirler Virtuoso anyway. Maybe I'm supposed to ignore the Chandra there and just do 5 damage to his face, but I think it's too easy for him to continue to get blockers out if he's drawing 2 cards a turn. I don't think he can take a whole lot of damage in this spot, because, like, we can kill him relatively quickly with just the Hazoret activations. If he attacks with the Hydra, I'm just going to block it with the Kenra. I would rather block it now than try to wait until later when he could potentially have a removal spell or a Glorybringer or whatever. So I'd rather just guaranteed soak up saving the damage. Because we are obviously racing here. Think I really want an untap land? Think this is also better than dealing 2 damage. It blocks. It makes the Whirler Virtuoso worse. So he needs like a removal spell here. Sure. So we got him down to 8 for a potential 9-point attack next turn. I guess we don't necessarily have him to 8. He could have like another lightning harness in his hand to get another token. If he did have another lightning harness to get another token, though, then this thing would be up for grabs. We can also just start blocking with Hazoret too after this turn, if like it goes in that manner. To see what he draws and what we draw. We have 4/4 Kenra into 4/4 Kenra in our graveyard if we draw the land. Oh, it looks like he's on the Scarab build. It's hard for him to attack with both unless he has nothing. Card's kind of interesting. I'm gonna play it and kill the Bristling Hydra. Or target the Bristling Hydra. Obviously, he could have a lot of things to stop this. But if he does stop this, we'll probably just block. And putting him at 3 is pretty reasonable, too. Like, what do we have to worry about if we put him at 3? We're not dead to Glorybringer. Not really dead to much of anything if we put him at 3. Maybe I should have just tagged a Whirler Virtuoso, but then he would have got to make a 1/1 Fopter. I think doing this is better than putting him at a 1/1 Fopter. He kind of has to attack Deshandra. He can only save this or prevent 5 damage. He can't do both. Yeah, I think I like putting him at 3. Gives us 3 lightning strikes that just win. Gives us also 4 of the Sunscorched Deserts that just win. So we have 7 just wins in our deck, and if he bricks, like if he just draws a non-Efferhub land, we probably win with a, or if he just draws a non-Efferhub land or whatever, any of our lands also win. Alright, so he attacked, so that's not great for us. Well, he went straight to our head as well, which means he's dead on board. Like, he's just dead on board, right? Oh, he's got Nicobolas to kill me. What a slow row. You had to think that long to kill me with Nicobolas? That's kind of a tilt. That's kind of a tilt. That makes me sad. Anyway, on to play. We won our 2 Chandras. We won our 2 Glorybringers. You see how tilted I am, right? Just move into the next game. I don't really care. And probably just 1 defeat on the play. We'll take out all 4 Soulscar Mages on the play. We'll take out a Crasher and a Shock as well. That was a bit of a slow row. Go ahead and start uploading yesterday's video. apologize if you heard just a little bit of background noise there. Oh my god, we passed 400 subscribers on YouTube and I'm just now noticing. Well, that's sweet. Ah! Man, kind of jealous. I want to do something sweet like that. I think it was right to attack there. Like, can I really play around Nicobolus? I don't think I can play around Nicobolus. Anyway, we'll play first. We have to mulligan again. Alright, we'll keep this hand. It's pretty decent, but it's not great. Certainly don't want an extra shock. The first shocks are already kind of loose. As you notice, we sideboarded some out. So we certainly don't want to. Double Kenra's not the end of the world. Smash. Smashing. Feel like he should go ahead and use this counter now. Which means we'll probably 2-for-1 ourselves here. Just to get it off the table before it starts running amok with the game. Two-for-1ing ourselves suck real bad. But getting the Long Tusk Cub off the table seems kind of important. There's some chance he takes it, right? Plays around that sweet build to smash. So we do just have a Hazoret. We just untap and draw a land. We have a bit of a chance as long as it's not Whirler Virtuoso again. Whirler Virtuoso again. So now we can't play the Chandra. Even if we hit the land, we have to just play Hazoret. And hope that it's good enough. Could have brought in the gate or whatever, so I'll just go ahead and do this now. Not going to attack the Kenra into that. Just going to be disappointed that we didn't hit a land, and that really hurts our chances to win. No. Wait, he left Chandra's in post-board? I guess we should have, traded with this then. Would not have expected that to be left in post-board. Oh, so we're pretty dead here. We don't really have an out anymore. Maybe he plays like just a Rogue Refiner, and we can Lightning Strike it and then kill his, or not kill his Chandra, but like do a lot of damage to his Chandra if our Hazard. Maybe kill it if we draw a Sunscorched Desert. But the odds of that being all that's played here are pretty low. Well, at least he didn't do anything there. This looks like it's just Glorybringer. Go ahead and do some damage to the Chandra. We basically have to hit an untapped land this turn. No untapped land. Alright, well, nice league. We didn't really get to play the last round, but that's okay. We beat 3 red decks and 1 teamer deck along the way. The teamer match still just feels awful if they draw their Whirler Virtuoso, which blows my mind that some people shave Whirler Virtuosos. The deck itself feels fine, though. Still not sure that it shouldn't have some Harsh Mentors or anything. But I don't really know. But that's going to do it for us tonight. We may be back tonight. We may be back tomorrow. I have no idea when we'll be back. Again, you know, there's some... God, I don't even know what I'm trying to say. There's like some IRL things happening. But anyway, I appreciate you guys all coming out. And I don't actually see anybody playing Standard. I really want to host somebody playing Standard. So I guess we'll just host Z Magic, who's playing Pauper. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and make sure to follow here, and follow the YouTube and the Twitch. Try to produce content every day. But yeah, take care, everybody. The #1 ref friendly league guy plays mentors. #1 ref friendly guy. I don't know what ref means. Yeah, I do like the mentors. The mentors have always overperformed for me. But anyway, take care, everybody. We're out of here. Have a good evening, everyone.